Hi, I'm Roy from Roy's Garage. Today I'm going to be working on a 2000 Jeep Grand Cherokee. We're going to be replacing the brake booster. These are the tools I'm going to be using to do this job. This is a 3/8 extension, a vice grip, 12mm universal socket, 3/8 drive ratchet, 1/4 drive ratchet, 10mm socket, 12mm socket, 3/8 extension, a hammer, a screwdriver. This is a 12, 13, 10, and a 12mm wrenches, water pump plier, some grease, suction ball, and the hood prop. Okay, I started the car, so now I'm gonna step the brake and you're gonna hear a hissing sound. It's a vacuum leak. This is what I'm going to be using today to repair this vehicle. Brake booster, part number, and .3 brake fluid. Okay, the hood does not want to stay up by itself because of these lip supports are dead. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this vice grip. I'm going to grip the shaft, and that's going to hold up the hood. I'm going to be removing this charcoal canister and the brake master cylinder. So first we're going to remove the canister. So there's 2 bolts over here and 2 bolts over here, and disconnect some hoses that goes to the canister and remove it. We're going to be removing this valve and these hoses. Then we're going to be removing these 2 bolts in the front and 2 bolts in the back. Okay, so now I'm going to be removing the master cylinder. Remove this connector. This is for the fluid level sensor. Remove the brake tubing and remove the master cylinder from the booster. Okay, I'm going to be removing these 2 brake tubings. So I'm going to be using a 12mm brake tubing wrench. Okay, we're going to be removing the master cylinder mount, one here and one there. the master. Okay, so now I'm going to be removing the vacuum hose. Okay, now we're going to go underneath the dash. So this is the brake pedal. What I need to do is disconnect the brake booster from the brake pedal. So I got to remove this clip. It took me about 5 minutes to remove this clip. It's really tough, but I got it loose. Now we're gonna have to disconnect this. So this is the brake pedal, and I'm gonna be removing these 4 bolts that secure the booster to the firewall. So I removed the 4 bolts. Now I'm going to go to the front and pull the booster out of the firewall. So I'm going to be removing this booster. Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm matching it up. It has to be exactly the same diameter and everything, so it looks the same. And this side, they all look the same. It has to be exactly the same. If it's not, you got the wrong part. So now I'm going to be transferring this gasket over to the new booster. Okay, so before we install the booster, I'm going to put a little grease right in here. So I got some white grease. It's easier to put it in now since it's out. Just need a little. Okay. Now we're going to be installing the booster. Okay, we're going to be installing the brake booster. Okay, so now we're going to go under the dash and tighten up the 4 mounting bolts. So now I'm going to be securing the brake booster. So I'm going to be putting the nuts on these 4 studs. Okay, so I bolted up the brake booster to the firewall. So now I'm going to lubricate this pin on the brake pedal. That's where the brake booster is going to go. Just give it a little bit lube. Okay, put this guy on. Then put this clip on. Okay. Whew. Okay, so we're gonna be hooking up the vacuum line to the vacuum booster. Okay, now we're going to install the master cylinder. Before we secure up, we roll up the master. Let's go screw in your brake lines first. Okay, so I bolted up the master to the booster. So now I'm going to tighten up the bleeder screws, but I won't make it really tight, just tight enough, because I'm going to have to bleed the air out. Okay, so now I'm going to be connecting the brake fluid level sensor. So what I'm going to do now is start the car, and I'm going to press the brake pedal with my hood prop, and then we're going to open up the bleeder screws to make sure there's no air in the system. So I started up the engine, so I'm going to be pushing down on the brake pedal no more than halfway. Just pump it until you feel pressure. No more than halfway. It feels a little spongy, so what I need to do is take the air out of the system. So I'm going to be pushing the brake pedal with my hood prop. Then we're going to open up the brake line going to the master. So I'm going to be opening up the brake line to get the air out. That looks good. Well, what I'll do is I'll go and reset the hood prop against the brake pedal. Now we're going to open this guy up. Looks pretty good, no air. From here, tighten it up. So I'm going to shoot some water right on the fitting. Brake fluid is water soluble. I'm gonna dry it up. Now I'm gonna press my brake pedal like that. Just hold pressure and just watch. Make sure there's no leaks. If there is any leak, then you're gonna have to tighten up the brake tubing a little more. But in this case, it looks really dry. So this guy is good to go, and all I need to do is just top off the brake fluid. And then we're gonna be installing the charcoal canister. Okay, we're gonna be installing the charcoal canister. Now we're going to be installing this valve and these vacuum hoses. Okay, this guy goes on the bottom. And this guy goes right up here. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is with my suction ball, I'm gonna suck out all that old dirty fluid from the master, and I'm gonna fill it up with fresh clean .3 brake fluid. A bit more. Okay, perfect. Then it's all ready to go, ready to road test. But before, I have to remove my vice grip. Okay, I road tested the vehicle. It runs perfect. There's no hissing sound under the dash. If you like my video, please subscribe and give me the like button. And I see you in the next video. Aloha.